Welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm your host, Sean Anderson for Ponca City Public Schools, and this is our weekly sit down with the coaches of Pohigh Athletics. Head coach Heather Harris is the head coach of the Pohigh girls and boys swim teams for Pohigh. And so far this season, there's been some success. There's a lot of promise for a great season with Pohigh swimming. And Coach Harris, thank you for being here, first of all.
Thanks for having me.
Big time victory, Union Invitational. You go over there in their big fancy pool and everything, and your swimmers, they swim their hearts out and they give it their all. They end up winning the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And tell us about that. Tell us about some of those swimmers that really just had that moment to shine at the Union Invitational.
So what was cool about that meet is it came down to a 50 free shootout, which we never really do that. And we got to pick three boys and two girls. And
how do they decide? You say it came down to a 50 free shootout.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? Why does it?
So there were 10 teams at this invitational. We had boys and girls combined after the regular meet, after the 400 free relay. We had to get top 6. So we ended up, I think, 4th overall. But then it was winner take all in this 50 free shootout. So we qualified into this 50 free shootout. We were one of the 6 teams. And I picked 3 boys, 2 girls. Those swimmers were Tanner Estes, Tim Crank, Kyle King, and my girls were Jesslyn Carpenter and Maddie Shearer. And they just killed it. We won almost every heat, and we won the whole meet. It was awesome.
The 50 free.
Yeah.
Is that their favorite? I mean, when you say 50 free, I'm assuming that means you can swim however you swim. Mm-hmm. Just do it quickly.
Yes. The 50 free, you would think that is part of it, but there's technically it is, you have to be perfect. You have to have a perfect start. You have to have a perfect finish. You have to have, you have to limit your breathing. You have to have a perfect turn. You do all those things, you're going to have a great 50 free. There's no room for error in that race. But our team, we have some very, very solid 50 freers. We're one of the best in the state, I think. I mean, Maddie Shearer, she's up until this last week posted the fastest 50 free time in the whole state of Oklahoma.
Wow.
So, and now she's got a couple girls that are a little bit faster than her, but it's
That's incredible.
It's gonna be a good race at state.
Well, as the head coach of the Pohigh swim teams, Coach Harris has an opportunity now tonight, and I know we're taping this, and tonight the team will be traveling to Bartlesville to swim. But as you're watching this, that's already happened. So just briefly, what are you expecting from Bartlesville on that meet?
Yeah, Bartlesville is amazing. They have a very, very healthy program, very good, very talented swimmers. It's going to be a battle for sure. We're swimming them, Bartlesville, or we're swimming Bartlesville, Union. There's some homeschool that are swimming at that meet. And I think those are the 3 teams. So it'll be a good meet. We got to win. We got to win events. We got to get second and thirds if we're not winning to have any shot with them. They're really good.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you will have an opportunity to support your Pohigh swim teams right here in Ponca City at the Recplex pool. And that's coming up the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. That is Tuesday, November 29th, 6 p.m. And there's limited space there at the pool, but you certainly encourage the place to be packed as much as it can be because, they need folks there cheering them on, right?
Absolutely. My swimmers love when we have a packed house, and I've never really heard anybody say that they didn't like watching, us swim. Yeah. I think we put on a good show. I think we do some really incredible things.
Yeah, it's amazing. Ulaga will be the opponent, by the way. Now, this was a swim meet that was scheduled earlier this month, but had to be rescheduled, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So the outlook for Pohigh swimming. Let's talk about swimmers, captains, folks that, even if they're not a captain, maybe they're just working. They're working like crazy in the pool. You see the improvement in practice. You see the improvement in their times. Can you give some kudos to some of your swimmers?
I have a really solid boys team. They work incredibly hard. I mentioned these in the 50 free shootout, but Tim Crank, he's swimming great right now. Kyle King is swimming great right now. Tanner Estes swimming also really well. Braden Stewart, Kendall Dugosh, just really solid swimming. We have some new kids that have just joined this year who are also putting in a lot of work, which I'm excited to see how they do this year. Girls, Maddie Shearer, of course, Jesslyn Carpenter, Alyssa Sullivan. They're really holding it down for the girls. So
Yeah, very good.
yeah.
Well, it's time to get excited about the Pohai swim team, and we are. I know Coach Harris is, and we're looking forward to more visits with Coach Harris throughout the season. How long is the season?
We end our state meet in February.
So we've got a lot of swimming to do.
We got a lot.
A lot of swimming to do. All right. Well, that is going to do it for this edition of Coach's Corner. We appreciate you watching. And again, the 29th at the Recplex Pool. That'll be your first opportunity to support the Pohai swim team as Ulaga makes their way in for that big home swim meet for the Pohai swimmers. Thank you to Coach Harris, and thank you for watching. Until next time, Wildcats, remember, hold that line.